was like Jerusalem of Greek. So people used to travel here, maybe once in a lifetime, maybe once in a year, but it was an important pilgrimage center. That's why people had no idea who you are, where you come from, what you bring with you. They say, hello everybody, welcome, but if you want to come in, take a bath first. Excuse me, take a bath. So bathing was compulsory for every single outsiders. The Triple Arch building that you see over there, specifically designed for newcomers. We call it hammam in Turkish. Turkish baths are very famous, but these are the Roman baths, maybe remind you. Some mosaics and the clay pipes discovered by the archaeologists covered up by the pebble stones. But on the way, we are going to some different examples. We have a lot of great cultivated plants, vegetation, trees. I'll tell you more about them, but the tree right up there, maybe remind you, it is one of the important trees on behalf of Turkish economy. And you guys say it in English, mulberry trees. I'm not talking about the berries itself, but I'm talking about the leaves. But a miracle of the God, caterpillar, silkworm in English, can only survive by mulberry leaves, otherwise they die. Maybe you never thought that Turkey it's a big silk production country, but we produce quite a big amount of silk. Outside of China and Thailand, one of the biggest silk production countries in the world. And today at the end of the tour, we're going to see some making process of the silk and handicrafts, because this is the paradise of those productions. We are proceeding to build open-air platform. This open-air platform begins from where I am all the way down till the arch galleries, which is called Agora. Not Angora, but Agora. It used to be meeting place, not a marketplace, although sometimes people are thinking that Agora is a marketplace. It's true, but it started to be a marketplace late Greek, early Roman days. Very beginning of the Greek history, while they had no theaters in the city plan, I mean before they created the theaters, this was only the address where they were meeting. Those days people were not lucky as us today. No microphone, no radios, no headsets. Whatever the issue of the meeting was, people meet always here in Agoras on this open air platform. To be able to hear better and see better, they have to be very close each other. And in English they say sardines. Yeah. They were feeling very uncomfortable due to overcrowd. This is why we still call agoraphobia today. That's where it was started at that time. So from the Agora, you may take a look at the small theater up there, which was not Greek but a Roman origin building. They call Odeon. Odeon was a small concert hall place. Prize-giving ceremonies and poetry readings were held in there for upper class. And would you kindly come closer? Let the group behind to go through, please. My party, come closer, please. Biggest, the theater looks small, yes, because it's not for everyone. It is specifically designed for aristocrats and upper class. They call Odeon. Prize-giving ceremonies and poetry readings were held in there for specific, especially people, capacity about 14 minutes only. Another theater you're going to see at the end of the day, like St. Paul's Street, there are a lot of events, a lot of especially the concert took place called Grand Theater, 24,000 capacity. One of the largest and well-preserved theater from antiquity here, yes, till the end of the show. So theater looks quite intact, but they found 20% because the city where we are, ladies and gentlemen, is not a city like Athens or Rome. Nobody is living here. The history of the city where we are, between 3rd century BC before Christ, 7th century AD, Greek, Roman, Byzantine. During the 1,000-year history of the city of Ephesus, they all built different structures. That's why some is Greek, some is Roman, some is Byzantine, but the majority of them are from Roman time, means 1st to 4th century, the heydays of Ephesus. But some of them are made by bricks, which means from the final civilization, Byzantine Empire. In the 7th century AD, Ephesus invaded and then knocked down by Arabic attacks. By the time malaria problem started around the port down below, so people of Ephesus, they decided to go. They realized that the safest spot for them to go was the castle area that I have shown in behind the Artemis temple. Then after the 9th century, nobody was living here. Over the centuries, the city of Ephesus started to be covered up by dirt on top. What brought the dirt on top of the city? Natural disasters, such as earthquakes, erosions, floods, rivers, on and on, started to cover up the city. Perhaps after 10th century, the whole city was under the ground. To be able to have an idea how high dirt used to be on top of today's Ephesus, look at the hill on the left. Can you see in the middle, like a green line I call it, darker and lighter part? There used to be that high dirt. I'm talking about is more than like 250 feet in high, between the hills, all the way down to sea level. Once they understood where Ephesus was, they start digging first. Imagine how many years it took to dig the dirt out first. And then if they know where the artifacts were belong to, they go and put it back and reconstruct it. We still have a lot of unidentified objects scattered around, but excavations are ongoing more than 100 years. Doesn't mean that excavation is over. Doesn't mean that whole city is excavated. Ladies and gentlemen, such kind of big cities to dig the dirt out, restoration and excavation takes really long time. Because in Turkey we have thousands, not 5, 10, 20. If this would be in America, Canada, Australia, you guys, you would excavate all. But we have thousands of archaeological sites every single day, and a man costs a lot of money. And they believe that what they excavated so far, it's not even 20% of the city, but pretty much highlights up and downtown. There used to be an Egyptian temple built up here, dedicated to Isis. Isis in English we call it. If you go to Egypt, that you're gonna hear, she who was one of the mother goddess of the Egyptians. But whatever the reasons that why in the Roman Ephesus they built the temple in the name of Egyptians, because they were running a good sea trade business with the Egyptians.